Long Island's the perfect combination of beach, vineyard, and farm. I simply adore the comforts of small town living with the glitz and glamour of one of the top international travel destinations, New York City. Allow me to show you the excitement, culture, and beauty life on Long Island affords. I'm Michele McDonald. Welcome to a new season of LIE. Now, if you're anything like me, you have a bunch of bras at home that no longer serve you. Stay tuned where we're going to show you how to put those old bras to good use.
Like making them into a slingshot for your backyard.
Oh, Joe. Better use than that. Did you know that your old bras could help save lives? According to the MayoClinic.com, decluttering your spaces could make you healthier and happier. Studies show that when working women gave tours of their homes and used words describing clutter and disorganization, also tend to show levels of the stress hormone cortisol, suggesting chronic stress. Those who described their homes as restful with beautiful outdoor spaces were less stressed and reported less sad feelings as the day went on. October is Breast Health Awareness Month, which is typically acknowledged with a focus on breast cancer prevention, detection, diagnosis, and care. October is when I set aside the time annually to declutter my lingerie drawer. I used to put this task off because I couldn't bring myself to throw away such pretty pieces, even if they no longer served me. Once I learned about BRA, the Bra Recycling Agency, founded in 2010 by former Ford model and the creator of QVC Intimates and fashion brand Kathleen Kirkwood, my hesitation disappeared. By recycling our bras, we help eliminate harmful waste in the landfills, and we could help save lives. Since the Bra Recycling Agency donates monies collected from scrapping the metal from the bras under wire. How incredible is that? For more details, check out our Instagram at LIE_Long Island Entertainment. Hey friends, so we just got off at entertaining at home. On this episode, we're going to show you how to treat your guests to an evening where they howl with laughter this Halloween.
I love Halloween's one of my favorite holidays.
Absolutely.
And as a kid, we used to go over to our friends' houses. That was our parties and everything, and it'd be like really cool setups and everything. And that's what I see on the table right here. I see like something that reminds me of my childhood of like a really cool like Halloween party. So what do you got going on here?
Okay, so this year things are a bit different with COVID.
Of course, yeah.
Restrictions on gatherings. So why not host an intimate gathering for your closest ghosts and goblins and have a festive little treats? We've decided to show Carrie Kravitz her special on Crackle, Men, Flaws, and Menopause.
Very funny special.
Right? Our snack for the guests, we just put a seasonal twist on an absolute favorite of everybody's.
And this is the nacho thing you have right here?
Yeah, it's just a very simple salsa and chips, but we carved a pumpkin. That way we were able to put a container with our salsa into it and then toasted the seeds and added them around with the chips.
I love it. It's adorable. Everybody do this. You want a cute party? This is cute.
It's so easy to do and it takes very little time. I think it took more time for the pumpkin seeds to toast than it did to gut the pumpkin.
Really?
Right? You're watching me.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it's not Halloween without candy.
Yeah, you have cool bags there. I see a couple.
Things. I mean, I love candy, so what I did was I got some of my favorite candy that I would love getting from the neighbors when I would go trick-or-treating as a kid, packaged it up, that way we have something sweet to snack on in addition to our salsa and chips.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw it was in those bags, and I'm gonna like steal like 5 of those before I leave later today. Like that.
Help yourself, trick or treat.
Yeah,
all treats, no tricks.
There you go.
2020 was tricky enough.
So you got your shots here and everything, and I see that you have what is this concoction right here?
Okay, so this is so much fun and so easy to do. You can get them at almost any party supply store. You can get them at like your local discount store or even Amazon. Mm. And we've just taken our favorite little cocktail.
Yeah.
And made syringe shots.
Now you can do these like They can be like Jello, they can be regular shots. You just have the key is to get these little syringes, right? It's like kind of makes them a little fun.
You get the syringes, and then what we thought would be a lot of fun to do.
Well, what did you think would be a lot of fun with a syringe full of booze? Tell me.
Okay, so a syringe full of booze, we think it would be a lot of fun to play the drinking game.
What's the game?
Okay, so we're going to be watching Carrie Kravitz, Men, Flaws, and Menopause, and each time she says a particular word, everyone has to take a half a shot.
Anybody who's ever seen any of her material is, you're gonna have people slosh 10 minutes in.
Or, it would be something fun. You can always switch out and have like water.
Yeah, somebody needs a break, they might. But that's a lot of fun. That's really cool.
Right.
And you've got a lot of them too, so.
You definitely plan to stay.
I'm so pleased and so honored to have Carrie Kravitz, national headlining comedian, comedic actress that can be seen on CBS, and an inspiration to us all because she's the type of woman who hasn't only achieved her goals, she's reaching her hand back down to help others achieve theirs. Carrie, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, Michelle.
It's so exciting to have you here. I mean, you've done so much, and new and exciting is your special on Crackle.
Yes, that is very exciting. I just shot my 1-hour comedy special. It's out right now on Crackle for the time being, and then it's going to move platforms. It's probably going to hit Sirius. It's going to hit Amazon. So hopefully it'll do really well. But right now you can catch it for free on Crackle.
Can you share with us what some of your inspiration for men, menopause, and?
It's called Men, Flaws, and Menopause. Pretty much my life. I mean, most comedians have a dark side. Most comedians have a depressing side. Most comedians have just a regular, normal, everyday horrible lives, things that you have to do. I was telling you, I was doing laundry this morning. I got up, I did 3 loads of laundry. So I write from my experiences of life, and I talk about my husband. I talk about, I'll give you an example. The other day I went to the doctor for a sore throat, and she said, get on the scale. I'm like, nah, I get a sore throat, just a little swab. She's like, no, really, we need to get you on the scale. And I mean, have you ever gone to the doctor and gone on that scale? That scale is brutal. It's like, gush, gush, gush. It's like, lady, if you push that brick 1 more inch, I'm going to kill you. So
it's take off another layer.
Right. So that day, I'm like, I have to write about this, because that whole transaction that went down with that scale, I'm like, we're in 2020. Can't we get a normal scale? A digital scale, something that you don't leave the doctor's office going, I want to kill myself from that scale. So I write that way. I write through my personal experiences, and a lot of my act is about my husband, because he does things all day long that I go, I have to write this down.
But that's what makes it so relatable.
So relatable and pretty funny, because most people will come up to me after a show and go, oh my God, you described my husband to a T. Oh my God, those are my kids. Oh my God, so it's relatable to people.
I love the bit that you do about holiday shopping.
Which
or like gift giving, the exchange.
Yeah, and most people, they get a gift, they hate it, but they don't say anything. My family will tell you the minute they open the gift. They're like, what were you thinking? That's so mean. But so I write about whatever really happens in my life. Like my sister, if you leave something at her house, she'll sell it on eBay. And you'll be like, did I leave my leather jacket here? Like I had a beautiful camel-colored leather jacket that I bought in Canada when I was there for the Montreal Festival, and it was gorgeous. Oh, she goes, that was yours? I go, yeah, where is it? I put it on eBay. I go, what did you get for it? She's like, $35. I'm like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
Oh.
So I write about my life, things that happen in my life.
No, and that's hilarious, and that makes you so relatable. But I think what makes you also so relatable and so inspiring is the work that you do with up-and-coming comics.
I do, because I have a soft spot in my heart for comedians, because we're a rare breed of people. We're like vampires, It's like, and we don't help each other out or, you know, have each other's backs, you know, no one's going to understand what we go through. I mean, this is a rotten journey. I mean, it's a horrible business. I mean, it's just your ups and downs, and you're constantly being judged, and you constantly have to be funny, and you can't have an off night, and you know, bad enough you have problems trying to get into clubs. And the new guys really have no shot now because the comedy's changed. You know, you have to bring 10 people. I mean, how many times can you bring 10 people before they're like, I'm not going again? And when you first start out, you stink. You're not that good. So I like to help the young comic because that's tomorrow's great comic. You know what I mean? So I will always help a comedian, especially a new one. You know, I'll try to open as many doors as I can for them. You know, and that's the way I tick, I guess.
But it's incredible because in addition to opening the doors for the comedians, you also, I mean, I'm speaking from personal experience now, you help the comic find their voice.
I do.
And tell their story, but through a funny tone.
Right. I try to teach them that you have to find out who you are on that stage in order to write for yourself. So if you're not the guy who curses, then don't curse just to curse because other comics are cursing. If you're the guy who, you know, who's in your face and loud, then be that guy. Don't try to be the guy who's doing joke, you know, it doesn't work. You have to be true to yourself first, otherwise no one's buying it. You can exaggerate yourself, but you have to be true to yourself on who you are on that stage.
What advice, other than being true to yourself on the stage, would you give to up-and-coming comics?
This is a tough one because I can't do anything else. In other words, I love what I do. I get on that stage and I rage. It's like I can't not do it, you know? So I can't tell somebody not to do it, but I could tell somebody to always have a backup plan as well. Not a backup plan to quit comedy, but to make money, because it's a rough road. And sometimes, you know, you can be the funniest thing ever and never get to the level where you feel you should. I'm not saying you should stop trying, because I'll never stop trying to get to that superstar level, but just always have something back, you know, like where you're making money in the meantime to keep this career going, because it's like you have to fund this career if you're new, especially if you're new.
Yeah, there's a lot of comics that are paying for their bringers. In addition to buying the tickets, they're paying for their minimums. And
right, and so they're not making any money, right? So you have to have a job to support this job.
Yeah.
It's weird, but yeah, you have to have a job. Because by the time you start making money in this business, and when you do start making money, it's not crazy big money. Mm-hmm. So you always have to have like something that's bringing in real money to help you live. Especially in New York, you know.
Well, yeah. Now, other than bringing in money and being true, is there anything you would go back and tell your younger self when you first started?
I would tell my younger self to see, when you're young, you don't view time. You don't think you're going to get old. You don't have any of those thoughts in your head. I would tell myself not to take such a relaxed attitude with comedy. Like I did comedy and I was like, I never set the goal to, I want to get on a sitcom or I want to get on this. I just went and I did comedy across the country.
But you have done that.
I've done it now, recently, but I almost got a sitcom in 2001. But I didn't have that goal. I didn't set the goal, so I just went with the flow. I lived in Manhattan. I did all the clubs in Manhattan. I would do the road, but I never really set the goal on what I wanted. And I would say to myself, get more structured, more serious, push the issue to get yourself on TV, and don't think time, don't think time is, time's running. The clock is ticking. So you have to move fast, and really dedicate all your day in doing your jokes. And, this is a job. Like, you have to put the time in, and you have to write your jokes every day. You have to really sell it yourself, basically, to win the prize at the end of the day. Look at Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? He went from a little Kevin Hart, who used to be in the little comedy clubs, adorable little Kevin Hart, to being the biggest mega superstar there is out there right now. I mean, he's tremendous.
I think I read an article where he earns the most income out of any comedians.
Little Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course I know him. I know him for years. And now it's like, I haven't seen Kevin, I would say, in good 15 years. But he used to sit on my lap in the Comedy Cellar. But he's the perfect example. He got in, but he's so lovable, and he's such a great character. And on stage he's lovable. On camera he's lovable. You could always watch him. Like, I could watch him for hours. So he really had that goal, made it happen, you know what I mean? So that's what you have to have, that eye of the tiger, and not think that, oh, I'm going to be 25 forever. You're not. You're going to be 40 in a minute, So you have to make it happen before time runs out, And it never really runs out, because you could actually make it at any age. Rodney Dangerfield, I think, made it at like 48 or 49 years old. So you could pretty much, and now with the internet, it's ageless, because the internet allows you to build your own following, and then go to a comedy club and bring your own people in that have followed you on the internet. So that works big for comics now.
That's incredible. I love watching your videos.
I do my YouTubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the characters that you do, like in the kitchen with the pigtails.
Those characters are all probably me, because I'm a little nuts. So, yeah, I'll do videos about me picking up, dog poo. And one of my videos is like, I didn't want the dog. I didn't want the dog. I didn't want the dog. I didn't want the dog, because I didn't want the dog. And they were like, no, we're going to do everything. I'm doing everything.
But he's so lovable.
He really is lovable, but at the end of the day, I didn't want the dog, but I'm picking up the poop. So that was one of my videos. I do videos, on everyday life. Like one time, one year I told my husband, let's get the pool guys to close the pool. He goes, no, I'm not paying them $200. I'm doing it myself. And then, of course, he did it wrong. And then when we opened the pool, the whole liner was ripped. So it cost us $3,000. So I did a whole video on it. I'm like, I told him we needed to get it done. Oh. But so all my videos are pretty much basically my life, and they're kind of funny. I think they're kind of funny. Some of them are really funny, but some of them are.
I love it. I'd love to get out there and produce Carrie's life, a glimpse in.
I do some crazy stuff. People that know me will go, you're Lucille Ball to a T. Because my kid will say, oh, I'm in a contest for the biggest pumpkin. So one time I go to my husband, I found a big pumpkin. I want my kid to win, let's go to Pennsylvania. So we drive out to Pennsylvania. It was a 400-pound pumpkin that I was buying. And when we get there, it doesn't fit in the car. We can't even get it in the car. We can't even lift. My husband's like, are you out of your mind? Why am I listening to you? And I ended up getting a smaller pumpkin that was still the winner. It still won the first prize.
Congratulations.
So, yeah. But, I do crazy stuff like that, bizarre.
No, that's going the extra mile for your child.
I am. I do.
Which is beautiful.
I do that for them. So.
Carrie, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat with you.
I loved coming. I mean, you're refreshing in the business.
Thank you so much.
You're adorable. So, and you're very talented. So right?
Thank you. I'm learning from the best.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for tuning in to Long Island Entertainment.
Coming up on Exit, did you see on NSTV?
Oh, wait, I got this one. NST TV is doing a 24-hour old school movie marathon presented by Mike Peters. It's going to be awesome this Halloween. Old school movie marathon, 24 hours.
Yes, that is true and is terrifyingly fantastic. But I was actually referring to Carlene LaBelle's Did You Know? In this episode, she explores haunted places on Long Island.
Oh man, the lady in white still haunts my dreams.
Hi, I'm Carlene LaBelle, and this is Did You Know? A segment on LIE Magazine where I tell you something you probably didn't know about Long Island. October is the month to be frightened, and November marks the Day of the Dead. So on this episode, we tour Long Island locations to find those inhabited by ghosts and cursed by legends. Let's take a look. Does that lighthouse over there seem a bit familiar? It's the Montauk Lighthouse. You could say it's the beacon of Long Island. It's a landmark during the day, but possibly a supernatural inhabitant at night. Many travelers and sailors have lost their lives across the sea, even with the lighthouse guiding their way. On Christmas Day of 1811, Abigail survived the shipwreck, made it to shore, but the waves proved too harsh for her and she perished. Many say that she still walks along these very paths into that lighthouse right over there. For decades, there have been rumors of Abigail's haunting. I think the lighthouse may have attracted her soul. People say her name is whispered in dark corners in the house. Furniture moves around at night, and if you venture inside, you may get a tug on your coat. Another haunted location is one that you have visited on previous episodes of Did You Know? It's Raynham Hall. Raynham Hall is home to several ghosts. One of those ghosts that haunts the house is Revolutionary War spy Robert Townsend. He has been spotted by multiple sources, often near the main stairway. Once, he was seen staring out the window at the top of the stairs. One of Townsend's daughters, Sarah, is also known to haunt Raynham Hall. She is believed to have died in an upstairs bedroom. Sally's spirit can be found roaming the upstairs halls of the house, and she is often found in the children's chamber. A third ghost who is also said to haunt Raynham Hall is Michael Conlon, an Irish immigrant who was a servant to the Townsends in the 1820s. He has been reportedly seen near the pantry. During guided tours of the home, doors have been known to swing open without apparent cause, and his name is mentioned. It is believed that this is Conlon making his presence known. Do you think Lake Ronkonkoma is beautiful? And it is, but it's more ominous than it may seem. Legend has it that the princess from the Setauket tribe fell in love with an English settler named Hugh Birdsall. She saw him working along these very shores as a woodcutter. The tribe leader forbade their love, but they tried for 7 years to stay together. When they couldn't, she took her own life in this very lake. They say that to this day, she still yearns for love, and that men who swim here are pulled in and they drown. Almost all the women who touch the water and may fall into a bit of trouble still survive. If you're skeptical about the supernatural, there are theories of why the lake appears as it is. Lake Ronkonkoma's depths are very deceiving. The shoreline tends to be shallow, but the further you swim, there's a massive drop. The eerily dark water can also confuse even the best of swimmers. Many lakes have underground tunnel systems linked to various waterways. This is why the body of those who drowned are never found again. So what do you guys think? Do you think the Lady of the Lake really exists? Do you dare to take a swim in these waters? We've learned about legends, and we've learned about ghosts and homes. But the question that haunts me is, what's in your backyard? I'm your host, Carlene Lavelle. Thanks for watching.
We take our last exit to Good Vibes Only, where renowned New York psychic Grace Grella will give us the forecast of what to expect for the month ahead.
Hey Michelle, thanks again for having me back on your resurrected Long Island entertainment show. LIE never looked so good because of you, our gorgeous host with the mostest, and I'm so pleased and blessed that you asked me to be a part of it with the Good Vibes Only segment, and that's what we want everybody to have, picking up those good vibrations. Even though even the angels are wearing masks, we all need to do that. Wash your hands, make sure that they're clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And, that keep a distance, Bette Midler's song, From a Distance, we're all looking good. And so that's what I keep telling Marcelo when he sets the camera up. Marcelo, could you back that up to New Jersey for me? Thank you. And he laughs. He laughs at me all the time. But that's what you need, love and laughter. Try to get those vibrations up. And it's not easy, especially since there's so much stress, tension, and craziness in this world right now. But we're going to rise above that. We're going to take the high road. And you don't have to be high to be on the road, but you have to take the high road. And that's all about having compassion, patience, big time on the patience. Everybody's nerves are a little jangled right now. So what you need to do is set a quiet time for yourself every day and put on that music, just lifts your spirits, and send out love and good energy to the whole world, actually. You can start with people that you know and love, but really just envision the world and put love around it. And, Gaia needs our love too. And especially with here in the States with all the fires on the West Coast and, the hurricanes on the East Coast, and it's, oh my, brings me back to The Wizard of Oz, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. But we can transcend this. We can make this a happy place. And that starts with each one of us. And so my prayer is that everybody's going to join the love train. That was a great song back in the day. Get on board, get on the right track, get those good vibes happening in any way you can do and handle. And sometimes it doesn't have to be involving others. It can just be you at home, saying those prayers, thinking those good thoughts, and keeping it real for yourself. Because everybody needs that alone time, that to center and get back in the positive vibes. So until the next time, stay in the zone.